Hey everybody, David the AI Guide here on Tuesday, and we're going to finish up quantum computing and AI. So quantum computing is in development, right? We talked about a lot of the factors right now that are limiting the commercial use of quantum computing, but eventually those problems will be solved. And what'll happen then? Well, many experts believe that one of the first fields that quantum computing will be used in is healthcare. And there's a reason for that, and it's the exact same reason that AI is getting so much traction in healthcare now. And that reason is huge data sets and very well structured and well tagged data sets. So like we talked about last time, that's what AI needs to work well. But quantum computing has a way to go in terms of development. We also talked about that last time and some of the factors limiting it, but they will get there eventually, say maybe in the next 5 years, they'll work out a lot of the practical things holding back quantum computing from commercial use. And just like AI and just like other types of computing, it'll first be used by the huge corporations, governments, non-governmental organizations like the UN and stuff like that, huge organizations with very, very big IT budgets. But eventually, quantum computing will be like commercial consumer electronics, right? So if you go back to 2000, a 64-inch or 72-inch flat screen TV was $5,000. Now it's $350. So that kind of price performance curve is going to happen to quantum computing as well. And while it's happening to quantum computing, traditional classical computing is going to be getting dirt cheap. That will really start to push AI down to the mid-size and small businesses that have almost no adoption of AI yet outside of the Microsoft applications. But then quantum computing will be getting adopted by the huge companies, and eventually 10, 15 years, that'll push down to small and mid-size companies. And what'll that do? Well, that'll enable all the things we've talked about, right? It'll enable the robotics, the quality inspections, the automatic pick and ship with no humans involved. That's already happening, but not to the scale that I'm thinking of. In the future, you're going to have huge warehouses or factories with literally one or two people in them and nobody else, because AI, robots, and heavy-duty computing will be running all of these operations. That plus distributed manufacturing that we're going to talk about next time, which is the next revolution coming. So quantum computing will continue to develop. It'll continue to develop rapidly. In 5 years-ish, maybe commercialized, 10 to 15 years, getting much, much cheaper. Traditional computing getting much, much cheaper on that same curve. We've talked about how AI will become completely pervasive in your life in the next 10 years through self-driving cars, your home totally wired, all your appliances, everything being done by voice command, computers no more typing, you'll talk to it like Jarvis. It's huge, huge changes in the next 10 years. And going back to the whole reason I'm doing it is to prepare all you younger folks who are in high school and college or just finished with college to be ready for this tsunami of automation that's on the way that is going to transform the work world. So that wraps up quantum computing. And we have one last industry segment to do, and that is 3D printing, which is another cutting edge technology that's in convergence with AI. And after that, we're going straight into nothing but current events every single time, cutting edge, bleeding edge stuff happening in AI around the world. So thanks, and please subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye.